everybody, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. How's your day been? Good? Let me know down in the comments below.
Can't find a time where I can tell ya what I feel now. Been biting my tongue for a while. The words just wanna come out. I'm too afraid to be rejected. It's so expected. I feel like I'm out of my mind, but I know I can't deny you. I am so alienated. Sitting on planet X. I'm becoming the person I've hated. Wonder what will happen next. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like a charge around us that just feels right. Can't get my head around it. I can never hit the brakes. Every time you touch me, babe, you send me right out into space. You send me right out into space, right into space. I'm not the kind of person who is sentimental. But this thing is making me soft, giving into my damn heart. It feels like I am losing my grip, going crazy. 'Cause this doesn't make any sense. You're broken down all my defenses. No way back to the old me. When I'm stuck here on planet X, I'll become the person I've hated. Wonder what will happen next. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like a charge around us that just feels right.
Right, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. That took a while to set up. This is our titanium production. So essentially back here, we have two chemical reactors and an electrolyzer. Chemical reactors are mixing rutile, carbon, and chlorine to make titanium tetrachloride, which is then being pumped into a EBF and is cooked with magnesium. And then that turns it into hot titanium and manganese chloride, which that manganese chloride in here is just being electrolyzed to recover any chlorine that's used in here. So we're not wasting any chlorine. We gather it all back, which is amazing. This has been running for a little while. And if I look up titanium, we have over 600 ingots. Now, we're definitely a lot more. And we probably could get away with setting up a second blast furnace. We have 500 buckets of titanium tetrachloride. But after today, we'll be able to double the speed of this thing. So right now we're at EV. We should be able to run this thing at IV in a couple of minutes here. Because to run this thing at IV, we need a new tier of energy hatch. Right now, we're only using the HV energy hatch, which is this guy right here. But the next tier, if we look up EV energy hatch, is this guy. Now, the only thing I'm currently missing is the tungsten and some of this aluminium cable. Now, aluminium cable doesn't seem that difficult, but no, it requires thin polyvinyl chloride sheets to make it as well inside the assembler with liquid rubber. So we have to try and make this. So this is what I'm going to make first. And down here then we just have 4 pyrolysis ovens, and they're being distilled in here as wood gas. And the wood gas is being distilled into carbon dioxide, ethylene, methane, hydrogen, and carbon monoxide. There's not really only 2 things in here we need, which is the methane gas, which is used to make the chloroform, which is used for making the, I think the polytetrafluoroethylene, which is a new material we're going to be making today as well, which is a new tier of plastic, which I think you need for EV tier machines and for getting yourself the large chemical reactor, the LCR. And the ethylene is used also, then we can make the polyvinyl chloride. You just combine ethylene and chlorine to get vinyl chloride, mix that then with oxygen to get ourselves our liquid, solidify it to make our sheets. So it's pretty simple. So I'm thinking of just doing it like right here. We only need 2 machines, which is 2 chemical reactors. Okay, so we want to put a chemical reactor here, interface in the middle, and then we're going to put 2 export buses on it. So this one here is going to be making ourselves our vinyl chloride. So in here, we want chlorine and our ethylene. Okay, give it some acceleration cards, needs a little bit of cable, and just connect that across the top there. All right, so if we come back here now, we just need to hook this up to power somehow. We should be able to do it right here. This shouldn't cause any interference. Yeah, we should be good. I think we can just put ourselves We'll have to do it from here. So we'll say energy hatch. We need some power cable. Run that up to there. 4 amp converter. And then put back the brick. And then we just connect our silver cable. There we go. And I think I just need to connect it to the actual machine now. So wire cutters. And there. Rubber mallet. Convert you. And then connect. Okay. And now to connect to the ME system, we're just going to have to probably run a cable through here. So give me out the cable facade. And we'll just run it up like this. All right. So you have power. You should start exporting out. Yep. And that's going to make the vinyl chloride. And it's also going to make some hydrochloric acid. We're just going to auto eject into the system. You can see it's starting to fill up with vinyl chloride. So we have to go make a cell to store that. So in here, then we want the vinyl chloride in here mixed with oxygen, I think, right? That will make liquid polyvinyl chloride, oxygen, vinyl chloride. Yes. Oh, yeah. And then circuit 1. Does this require a circuit? Well, it's working, so I'm assuming not. Yeah, no circuit. Let's go make a cell for that vinyl chloride now. So now if we look in here, we're making liquid polyvinyl chloride, and we'll just pump that into the system. There we go. That's all we need, because then now what we can do is with the vinyl chloride, is we can make ourselves a thin polyvinyl chloride sheet. So we can say 100 of them. Oh, it might take a while because we don't have enough of that, but even just requesting like maybe 10. We come down here now, we should have our fluid solidifier. I think it's this one here. Where is it? I have so many machines here, I don't know where anything is. Aha, here's the fluid solidifier. So it should have gone in here. And has it made the ingot? Oh, it's already done. Yeah, it's done. So ingot, craft 1, it's instant. Oh my god, how fast is this? Oh yeah, I love this new update to the pack where you can actually click to change the tier of machines. 0.1 of a second it takes to make this thing into an ingot. And then turn this into a plate in a bending machine at HV takes oh my god, that is fast. So now if we wanted to, we look up EV machine hull. I got one of the quest rewards because I was filling out some of the chapters in here. A lot of the stuff in here wasn't automatically filled out because apparently we kind of jumped over some things. Whatever. So if we want to make an EV machine hull, or next, as we have it, we can make the polyethylene sheet and the aluminium wire. And that goes in here to this assembler, makes the wire, and machine hull is done. Oh my god, this is actually amazing. So now with this hull, we can make ourselves our energy hatch, but we're still missing one thing, like I said earlier, tungsten. So let's have a look at the tungsten now. Okay, so it's a similar setup to what we did with the vinyl chloride. We'll probably do it right here. You just need a chemical bath and an electrolyzer. So we'll put chemical bath here, electrolyzer here, and chemical interface. We'll use 2 export buses, one here and one here. This guy here is going to be exporting out mercury, I think. Is it mercury or what is it again? Tungstate mixed with, oh, it's hydrochloric acid. I thought it was mercury. So hydrochloric acid with tungstate in here, give us some speed upgrades. And then in here, that tungstate is going to turn into tungstic acid and lithium. Now the lithium we can electrolyze to get back as well. It gives us some chlorine, but the tungstic acid we need to electrolyze, and that will give us hydrogen and oxygen along with tungsten dust. So tungstic acid, and I might as well set up the lithium chloride to put in here. So we'll put the 2 of these in here. If it doesn't work, we can just put a different place. And then that in there, and now we just need to hook it up to the system. We need to do a similar setup that we did there because we have our EBFs here. Okay, and to access the ME system, I guess we have to do the same thing with the cable facades. All right, so this should be filling with tungstate and hydrochloric acid. Does it require a circuit number? Nope. Oh, wait, no, this is an EV tier recipe. I forgot. Yeah, so if you look in here, tungstic acid requires EV. You can't drop it down. So since we've made ourselves 1 EV machine block, we should be able to make that EV tier chemical reactor. Okay, I should have all the patterns set up. I got myself the EV energy converter and the chemical bath ready. So if we look up 4 amp, we should be able to craft this guy, no problem. Okay, cool. And the bath, we should be able to craft also no problem. Oh wait, I never made a pattern for that. 1 second. Now we can make it. You know what? We might as well do the electrolyzer as well. So goodbye you. All right, so connect up the converter. And we should be able to just put this right here. It's filling with power. And is it running? It is. Okay, cool. So now that that's running, we should get ourselves our tungstic acid. Now the electrolyzer, we need to make that too. All right, electrolyzer's made. Put you right there. And you should make me now my tungsten. Tungstic acid. Oh, doesn't it need a circuit? No, it doesn't. Why are you not exporting? Oh, because I forgot to tell you to export into the system. There we go. I don't know if there's also a fluid. There we go. Now that's electrolyzing and back into the system. Perfect. Now we can make ourselves our tungsten steel. All right. And I'm just looking at it here now, and it says we can craft ourselves our 2 EV tier energy hatches. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Let's see if it can do it. Blast furnace turned on. That's amazing. Once over here, no. Right. Let's give it a few minutes and see will it craft. It should. I set up the pattern for the new phosphorus dub wafers and coils and everything. So everything here should craft. Oh yeah, that's why. This is going to take 300 seconds to cook. Well, I'll be here for a while. Okay, turns out I forgot one extra thing. For making the tungsten steel, it does require an EV tier mixer. So I've just made 6 EV tier mixers. So let's just remove these and upgrade them. So aluminium cable instead of silver, and a 8 amp EV energy converter. Turn you that way and rotate you up. Connect the cable, and now connect the new mixers. So you are circuit 4, you're circuit 1, 2, and 3. All right, and everything we had here, the tungsten steel and the gallium arsenic, throw those in there. They'll mix up quickly. And then the tungsten steel should craft. I set up a lot of these phosphorus doped monocrystalline silicon boules to be crafted, so they're just slowly being crafted away. And then we should have ourselves our 2 energy hatches. Okay, there's been so many other machines I had to go through. I had to make an EV tier assembling machines and an EV tier cutter, because apparently the new wafers I made for this thing have to be cut in an EV tier. Luckily, it doesn't need a clean room, so I can just hook it up out here, but I'm definitely going to try and upgrade every machine here to EV by next episode. Let's see, will it finally craft it? Wait, why is it saying it needs to craft a few new things? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Just do it. It's working. At last. Oh, this has been taking forever. Apparently, I had the tungsten steel in the wrong machine to cool down. I put it in a blast furnace again. All right, there we go. So that was our first EV energy hatch. The second one's being crafted. Let's go upgrade our titanium blast furnace. So it should be as simple as just breaking the hatches here, removing the cable, sticking the 2 EV energy, remove you, stick the new 8 amp EV1 down. Doesn't necessarily need to be 8 amp, but I'm doing 8 amp anyway. That there. Aluminium cable. Connect, 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 and invert. Blast furnace is online. It did take 20 seconds per titanium. How long is it taking now? 10 seconds. And you can see now it's running at IV. The maximum tier of the recipe that can be run. Yes. Oh, that's going to make our life so much easier. So we basically just doubled the speed we're making titanium now, which is amazing. All right. We need to get these guys here upgraded. We built these on stream, but we weren't able to really use them. This guy here should be making liquid nether air, and this guy here will be making liquid end air. But the only issue is with each one of those airs, we look in here, end air once liquefied in a vacuum freezer. The vacuum freezer did require tier IV, so we have access to that now. But this then did need a 200 bucket input. So that's a lot. So if we look at fluid hatch, oh, this still, okay, never mind. We need an IV energy hatch, which requires tungsten steel, platinum cable, polytetrafluoroethylene sheets. Okay, never mind. We can actually get all that today. Yeah, we have access to that. We have plenty of that tungsten steel we're making now. So yeah, that's actually not that difficult. Okay. And for the end air, what else does it export out? 122 buckets maximum on the output, which is more than enough for an EV input hatch or export hatch. So we just need to get ourselves the IV input hatch for the liquid end air. Right, let's get to work then on making ourselves our polytetrafluoroethylene. Right, so to make the polytetrafluoroethylene, we're going to need ourselves 3 chemical reactors. And I think I'm just going to hook it up right here. Oh, that's fast. The only thing is, since we're going to be using EV power here, these guys are still running at HV. I think we're going to change this one here to EV. So we'll just remove all that. And this is an 8 amp HV. We're going to replace that with a H amp EV. And that way then we don't have to really worry about anything. And as well, it can power the 3 chemical reactors that will be here, which will be good. So what I want to do is aluminium cable, the energy hatches, put these guys right here and here, turn them down. Did it form? Looks like it did. No, it didn't. Wait, why didn't this thing form? Oh, because I accidentally put the energy converters on it instead of the energy hatches. My bad. There we go. So aluminium cable, and then just hook it up. And we're online. Cool. So all we can do then is right here, we'll put down our brick. We'll run our aluminium cable up like so, and that should work for what we want. Okay, so we don't have to really worry about that then. I know the cable's sticking out of the ground, but to be honest, I don't really care. So chemical reactor, go here, here, here. And I think we're actually going to just do this setup here and just put all of these guys down. And we should have access to our ME system through the wall right here. So we shouldn't have any issues with that. So we can just connect this right here, run it up, and then connect it to this guy. There we go. And then we can say this guy here will have a pump on him. Actually, but then again, if we're going to be using the pump system, we actually don't need the bottom ones. So yeah, we don't need the bottom ones. So EV electric pump, I think we can get away with just using 2 HV ones. So give me out 3 of these. And let's figure out the chemicals we're going to be making. So this guy here is going to be making our chloroform. So chloroform together is the chlorine and methane. So chlorine and methane. The 2 of them are going to go in there. And the pump shouldn't have any issues with it. So put this on the top like that. And in here, then we just select the top. We want to auto eject out the fluids. This guy here is going to be an import. And yes, he's pulling in the 2 fluids. Now, do these require a circuit? Yes, they do. Circuit number 1. And this is now making us chloroform. And I think as a byproduct, hydrochloric acid. Yep, that's filling up in there now. Oh, no, this thing's actually pulling in the chloroform now, which we don't want. So I'm just going to grab out a fluid filter here. Grab out a bucket of chloroform. So got a bucket of that. And oh, that's why it went straight into that machine, because we don't have a cell for that in the system. I'm going to have to go make a cell for that. But in here, then we want to collect our pump and come in here, select this. And then I think we can just drop the chloroform right here. How do I select chloroform into here? Oh, I think it has to be done with a cell, doesn't it? One of these cells. Now, if I go in here, select the top, we want to blacklist this. There we go. So it will not pull in that. And I don't necessarily want to waste the chloroform, so I'll grab out some buckets to extract it out. And I think with the cells, you can just right click it into the system, but we have no cell for it, so whatever. And that shouldn't have any issues. And it looks like we're really low on chlorine? I don't know. Anyway, let's go make a cell for this chloroform. All right, and you are still exporting everything out, and everything here is working. You know what? I might actually move the chlorine to this slot here. Can I move it somehow? I'll put it in this slot here because for some reason it seems that right here the hydrochloric acid is going in and it's causing this thing to not fill up. Or maybe it's just using so much of it so fast it just kind of export into the system fast enough. That's possibly what it is. How much does it actually use at a time? 6 to 1. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, whatever. Now the second chemical reactor, that needs to be reacted with liquid hydrofluoric acid or hydrofluoric acid. Now, it says the mechanism one would work, but I'm going to make the Gregstar one. And it says to make that, it's just fluorine and hydrogen in a chemical reactor. Pretty simple. So I should be able to do that down in one of the chemical reactors down here. Yeah, we'll use this one here. Oh, wait, no. I have something in that. Oh, the sodium persulfate being made in there. We'll do it in this one. All right, so that should be this guy set up. We have a blacklisting hydrofluoric acid to pull back into the system. It's full right there, so we're just going to have to grab a bunch of cells. Do these cells stack if I put them all on there? They do. Okay, that makes it so much easier than using buckets since they don't stack. And we can just turn back on the machine. Hydrofluoric acid is being exported out, and that's everything. And I think I could just right-click them all in. Oh, no, can I not right? Okay, never mind. Whatever. We'll figure it out later. But now it's time for making the hydrofluoric acid. It doesn't have a place to go in the system, so let's go make a cell for that. There we go. So that's going into the system. And that should be the second last thing we need now. So in here, it's going to be chloroform. So up here, chloroform, max this out. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn off this machine just so it doesn't accidentally make it right away. And then the hydrofluoric acid will go in here. Correct. Just double check that mixed with in a chemical reactor with chloroform makes hydrochloric acid and tetrafluoroethylene. Hydrochloric acid we have a place to store. I think I just set up a drive for tetrafluoroethylene. So yeah. Now we have a pump on that. So give me another cell. Make me one. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell the pump here to import. Import, allow that. Okay, so that's put that in. It's going to take a second to make one. It should have pulled it back into itself. Or I guess not, actually. Yeah, it stayed in there. So if we just grab it out with a cell, we should be able to say our filter. We should be able to blacklist. And I think hydrochloric acid was the other material that it pulls in. All right, and we can just let this guy run now, and he's making us our tetrafluoroethylene. Now we just need to combine that with oxygen in here, and that's all we need to do. And then we can make ourselves our brand new fluid for our large chemical reactors. Oh, I can't wait to get into them. Right, so polyethylene. So the tetrafluoroethylene in here. Okay, and then that will make, we need a pump to tell this guy to pull in. There we go. And then oxygen. That should go in, right? The device is online. Is this the wrong oxygen? Oh, you know what? I'm probably out of oxygen. Yeah, I'm completely out of oxygen. My electrolyzers here. I did upgrade some of the machines here. Adamantium should be making oxygen, 12 buckets at a time. Not a lot, though. Oh, the oxygen went in. And I think, does this require a circuit? It does. Circuit number 1. And pause that now. I want to actually get a full bucket of it. There we go. And just grab out a cell. And then just in here to filter blacklist polyethylene from going into the system. Or back into the machine. And auto eject on. Alright, turning it back on. And now we're making ourselves polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE. And now we can, I think I already set up the patterns for it. So if we look up polytetrafluoroethylene, we already have the pipe. Or no, I didn't set up the pattern for that yet. Okay. So that will go in a fluid solidifier, and then we can do whatever else we need with it then. Right, now that we have our polytetrafluoroethylene, we can now make ourselves our IV machine hull, which we can use for our import hatch for the liquid end air. And actually, while that's crafting, let's actually get the vacuum freezers up and running. I think the only thing they're missing, yeah, is literally just the energy hatches. Okay, and 4 of them have just been made. So put those there. And that one constructed. Same thing right here. We're going to have to craft 2 more to power these 2. Or 4 more, actually. So, actually, I think I'm crafting 10 in total. So, we'll just give it some time. Just waiting on these circuits to be made. So, do we have power cable under here already? We do. Okay, so I just need to run that over. All right, let's just hook up the power to the machine now. Hopefully, everything is ready. And we should be able to just go up, up, and then connect. And are you running? You have no power. Even though, okay, I noticed there's some issues happening. For some reason, this thing does not want to convert correctly. So that convert and then point you up the way. Now you're filling up power, and is it running? It should have the. This is input bus, output bus. Oh, these are wrong. These should be output hatches and input hatches. I'll swap them around in a second. I'll just get this one going. All right, so you have nether air. You're filling up and it's running, and in here we're getting cold liquid or liquid nether air. I don't know if I already stored that in the system. I have. Okay, cool. So same thing over here. We need end air, acceleration card upgrades, and then take it out. You're running. You're filled with that. You're emptying, and if you look up air in here, we should be getting the liquid version. I'm not seeing the liquid nether air or end air. Oh, maybe I forgot to make a cell for that. I'm gonna have to go back and double check that. Yeah, it seems I've missed one. Okay. Never mind. I did have a cell for it. I accidentally left one of the acceleration cards in the import whitelist, so it wasn't pulling in the air. Now it is. Okay, so we need to fix this now. So this is the input energy, input hatch. This is the wrong one now, since we need to make this an IV. We have 2 output buses right here because each one of those airs does leave something. Like this one here will give us some ashes, and I think the end air is like ender dust or something, ender pearl dust. And you can see it has 7 outputs, and the one thing we're really looking forward to is this radon gas. Okay, here's our next problem. I thought it was just rubber, liquid rubber. No, I need either liquid silicon rubber or liquid styrene butadiene rubber. Oh, I guess we might as well look into making the liquid silicon rubber now, which is just polydimethylsiloxane and sulfur dust in a chemical reactor. This is made in a chemical reactor with methane, chlorine, and water with a bit of silicon. You know what? We have all this. That shouldn't be too difficult to make. Okay, that should be more or less the 2 machines ready. So in here, we're making our siloxane, and in here, this will make us our other thing. I don't need to put sulfur in there because we don't have siloxane made. I wonder, can I lock ports input? That's something I'll have to figure out, because if I can lock the inputs, that'd be really cool. All right, so we're just going to connect the power cable here in the back. All right, and if we look in here, it's crafting it. Good. There must be some sort of like limiter. Is there an input limiter? Like a card I can put on the export bus? Surely there has to be something like that, right? Yeah, I don't know. If there is, you can let me know down in the comments. But anyway, so the siloxane then, we should have it. Take out this. There we go. And now that should be... Actually, isn't it like you right click with a screwdriver to lock inputs? Or am I thinking of something else? No, it's not the screwdriver. I can't remember. But if you know what it is that stops the sulfur from going into the system, or like filling up both slots, please let me know. All right, now that we're making silicon rubber, we can delete the liquid rubber that's in here. I changed the export. It should go into the system here. And yes, there we go. We got ourselves our platinum cable and our IV machine hull. Now we just combine that to make ourselves the fluid hatch. Laminated glass. How do you make laminated glass? Polyvinyl oh my god, there's so many different chemicals today. Okay. That's made chemical reactor with butadiene or something. And polyvinyl acetate. Oh my god. Damn, we're going through all the chemical rubbers today. Alright, that was a bit of a side quest. So now we have basically oil processing working. Because oil is the only way we're able to get the last material needed for the laminated glass. In here, we need this polyvinyl butyral plate or whatever. To make the fluid of it, we need this stuff here. But to make that, you need to combine 3 of them. We have 2, but we're missing the propene. Now, the propene is only gotten by distilling any one of these different type of liquids in here. So I went with severely cracked, steam cracked naphtha. That seems to be the one with the most propene in it, and we're producing it now. I had to make a load more cells, but if we look at propene now, we have 6 buckets of it. It'll take a while to start generating up a lot more, but essentially down here we just have a centrifuge, centrifuging oil sands. We only have a limited amount, so we might need to set up a oil drilling rig near bedrock and start drilling up some oil. So I thought I wouldn't have to do that, but apparently I do. Then in here we have a chemical reactor, which is mixing steam and the naphtha. To get the naphtha, we're then combining sulfuric naphtha and hydrogen gas. The oil from the oil sands is going over to a distillery, this guy right here, and he's making us all of the different byproducts from the oil, including our naphtha. So that's being steam cracked, and then the steam cracked stuff is being distilled in this basically 12-layer tall distillery, and that's giving us all of these crazy new materials. Like in here, like propene, just from naphtha, yeah, that's severely hydro cracked, steam cracked. Yeah, look, we're getting like 11 different byproducts. So toluene, butadiene, we're getting more benzene, propene, ethane, ethylene, methane, and some extra fuel that we could probably turn into other things. Like heavy fuel can also be steam cracked and then distilled for more propene if I wanted to. So it's still a possibility to do that. I could also just put it in a distillery, not the big distillery, and just get the one byproduct. So whatever. Now that we have that, let's set up our final part and get these other 2 distilleries working for nether air and end air. So it's propene, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen. So all of those will need to be exported into the system here. So we're just going to use a pump. All right, so we're going to select the top, put the pump in here, tell it to import, and off it goes. And the fact that this thing has 3 full slots already, I have a feeling that this isn't going to go into the system, but just to be on the safe side, we'll make sure it's set to do not input that in. Just be on the safe side. Now I need to go make a cell to put that into. Yeah, it's definitely going to take a while before it makes it. But anyway, I think now we need another chemical reactor. Plug you in here. And this time we're going to get our butyryl dihydride, or whatever it's called. I can never remember the name of it. Butyryl dihide, yeah. So that is just going to go into another interface. So that in here mixed with polyvinyl acetate. Oh god, here we go. Another crazy set of recipes. Polyvinyl acetate is made by combining air, vinyl acetate, and titanium tetrachloride. Or the way we're going to do it is by using air and vinyl acetate, or oxygen and vinyl acetate. Vinyl acetate is ethylene, acetic acid. Oxygen, acetic acid, is made with ethylene and oxygen. So we need like another 2 more chemical reactors for 3. All right, all of those extra chemicals are set up. So that's now made ourselves our polyvinyl acetate and our butyrylidehide. So we just want to put a pump on there and just tell it to import in. So the 2 of them go in, and it should make us, what was it called? The polyvinyl butanacetane or whatever is needed for the laminated glass. So liquid polyvinyl butyryl. Yeah, we need a whole bucket of it to make sure it filters out. And I also need to go make a cell for it. All right, so it's now being made properly and it's being stored. So let's see if we can make ourselves our final part. Do I need to connect up a new cable right here? Oh, I do. Oh, come on. Is there anywhere I can stick this forming press in instead of a machine? I don't think there is. Okay, new line of cables. All right, so pattern interface, and that will be for the laminated glass. I want to make sure items auto eject out the top. And finally then is our fluid solidifier, the plate mold in here. And finally, can we make ourselves our laminated glass? Let's see. It says we can do it. You already made the plates. The forming press is turned on. Looks like I'm going to take 5 seconds. There we go. Laminated glass. And now we can finally make our ender air export or import. All right. Let me just grab everything we need for here now. All right. So there we go. So the input hatch, I think we're okay with that one. We just want to make ourselves 6 export hatches on this guy. And then 7 export hatches on this guy. I'm going to have to rotate them all up. Import hatch right here. Energy hatch go there and there. I need 1 more hatch. Forgot. And that's going to go there and there. All right. Now I just need to rotate these out the way. All right. So 2 exporters. You are going to be nether air. So liquid air. And you are going to be liquid end air. I'll add some speed upgrades in a second. We want an interface right here. Because for now we're going to have a bunch more different things we need to now store. So it's a bit of cable. And we're also going to need some pipes. And probably some pipe upgrades. And I'll grab the acceleration upgrades too. Okay, and then just connect up the actual ME system, and it should be pretty much ready to go. It should just start working. It's hard to tell, but it should have over 200 buckets in there now. It does, and we should be getting stuff here. Oh wait, no, it's not working because I haven't connected up the power first. 1 second, I need to do that. Let's go around the other side and see if it's working. I'm sure we'll see some things come in here, but it might take a little while. Let's actually just cut through the wall here. And you are online. You are not. Why not? Oh, because you're only a HV input hatch. I forgot to upgrade the hatch. Okay, so if I do this, now it should turn on and work. Once it fills up, right? Yes, it is. All right, and they're going to take 100 seconds each. So while they're starting to distill, I'm going to go make the cells for everything now. So I'm actually going to end it there. I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry, it's a bit of crazy with all different chemicals and everything. Even my brain is fried. I need a break from this. So I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell while you're at it then as well. So, without any further ado, goodbye.